Hey guys, this is Greg from O'Neill's Fish. Today we're going to talk about drilling holes in your tank. This is a good way for if you like doing sump systems, and it's an outlet where you get an overflow for your sump. For example, there's like over here, and it runs into a sump down here. And what that does is basically a good filter. It's the same filter. So if you guys are interested in doing this, I'm going to show you how you can do it. Okay guys, so what you will need is a couple of boards that are equal length to each other, and you'll want to drill those holes to the exact other so they meet up. Now I'm going to be doing them at 15 mils on the glass, but on the wood I want it slightly bigger. I want it around about 20 mil. So the reason for that is you have a bit more room for your drill. It's not going to get stuck, and once you start the hole, it's not going to slide or anything. The other things you'll need is clamps to hold your wood onto your tank. The other ways you can do this through waterproof masking tape, but it can kind of fall off too. It depends how far down in the tank you want your hole drilled. Some people drill it from the bottom, some have it up the top, like these ones up here. Or some of them actually have it down here with a pipe going up inside. And the other thing we'll also need, which is critical, is our drill bit, which is a diamond head drill, especially made for grass. You won't get anywhere if you don't use that. Okay, we've got our tank we're going to drill. It's always a good thing to do is to mark it out where you want to do it. In this case it's this one, and the other thing about this particular tank is it's got a painted background, so it's a definite must, because what you're going to do is you're going to slide these two boards, one on top and one on the bottom, and we're going to sandwich them together on the glass. Now the reason for the hole being clear on a painted background is so you can see and match up the alignment of your holes, and that way you're not going to have problems when you drill through. And the other reason why you have a top board and bottom board is because if you drill through here without the bottom board, it's going to break out the other end, and you're going to have lots of jagged edges, and you could even crack your glass and do a lot of damage to your tank. And that's one thing we all want to avoid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach that there, and pop that there, and line up my hole with the other hole from that area that I cleared around the background, the painted background. So that way I get a good idea of how this is going to go. I'm just going to attach the clamp. 2 clamps are preferable. I've lost my other clamp, so I'm just going to improvise with this one. You usually have one on one side and one on the other, but in this case I'll have this more closer to the hole. And you can do it this way, it's just that it's a little bit more, and you just adjust it to how you want, so it's actually going to go through. Now the other most important thing, and you have to do, is that you have to have water running on the hole where you're going to be drilling, because if you do not do that, it'll get so hot it'll crack. Now, the other thing is you do not want a power drill, you want a battery operated drill for safety reasons, such as electric problems. You can set yourself and do lots of other things. Plus the power drills are a little bit faster and harder, and going too fast on this can actually damage the glass and crack it again. So I'm going to start, it's going to slide around a little bit, and then it's going to find a little notch. The other thing is that you have to stop every now and again and clear all the dust that you'll get inside the hole where you've got it drilling. And the other thing is you don't want to press really hard. And you can put your hand on lightly, but you just want the drill bit to do its work. So you just let the weight of the drill do its work and the drill bit. That can also cause cracks and other problems. lots of small powder fragments in there. And give it a bit of a blowout. Yeah, just make sure your drill's quite straight too, because if you start at an angle, it'll go in an angle. Okay, now this is the hole. As you can see, it's quite smooth in there. A little bit chip come out like that, and as you can see, air's blowing out the back a little bit. So you do get a little bit of that, but if you had have pushed real hard, or you didn't have a bottom bit, the whole thing would be like a big bit will come out of the bottom too. So you have a big giant chip out of it, plus a screwed up tank. That's quite okay, because you're going to attach a piece in there that clamps on, and it'll be done. Okay, so now we're going to undo this. It's as simple as that. And what you'll need, you won't be able to just stick a pipe through this. You'll need something to screw into there that has a rubber washer, something like this. And I've already cut the end off that to match for my pipe that I'm going to have through, so I can see through clear pipe. So I'm going to pop that through, because that's 15mm. We use the right size, make sure you get the right size, and these got rubber washers on them too, stop them from leaking through. And we need to do these up real tight. So I'm not going to leak. As you can see, I've left enough for my see-through pipe. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over again. Now I'm going to just make sure I've got this something as tight as possible. Alright, now I've got one of these things here. Now this is because it's going to overflow. This is going to keep filling up right through your sump. It's going to overflow into this hole, and all the bad water will go through into your giant sump filter. So since there's so much water going to be going down this little hole, we're going to need something to stop young fish or things that shouldn't go down there. So we need something like this, which is going to screw into there, and that's just going to stop all that sort of stuff happening. So just pop that in there like this. And that's still a bit loose, so I'll tighten that up a bit more. You want it as tight as possible. There we go. And that's how we do it. If you want to come and have a look at some of the ones that are already set up, come this way. Okay, this is a finished one. This is an older one, but it's the same thing. So you can see the water's overflowing up to that, and it's starting to run down the pipe into your sump system. And that's all there is to it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and got a bit out of it. The other thing you can do is use waterproof duct tape. And the other most important thing